Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new War Dragons video. So if you've not checked out the first video in this series, please do. I talk about totems as well as both mage towers. So this is the second video in this series, and I'm going to be talking about the three quote-unquote newest towers. And that is fire turrets, ice turrets, and dark flak towers. Now these can be built, I believe, up to 6 on any base for ice and fire turrets, and then 8 for these dark flak turrets. Or, well, I guess towers. So the way these work, there's kind of some special stuff with these dark flak turrets, especially, is that you cannot have more than one dark flak turret on one island. You can have them on separate islands. This middle island is actually separated into two, as you guys can see right here, like this barrier. It's actually 2 groups of 5 buildings. Also, again, runes placed on this will only affect these, not the entire island. Got a lot of questions asking about that. Is this kind of like this, where it legitimately covers 2 massive islands? Just keep that in mind. So you can only build 8 of these, but that's 1 for every single quote-unquote different island. I'm saying quote-unquote a lot. I did not realize that. Anyway, and then you can build 6 fire and ice turrets. Now you can put, potentially, metaphorically, you could, wait, no. Philosophically? No. I can remember what it is. Yeah, I'm not good with words. So, you can technically put up to 5 ice turrets on the same island. Now, is that a good idea? It could be at lower levels. And the reason why is because, I would not recommend doing that. Because at higher levels, almost every single dragon, actually no, not even lower levels anymore, because all these divines, legitimately have ice or fire turret resist now. Every single one. So, having a bunch on one island, you want diversity. Variety is the spice of life. It's the spice of life. There we go. Including this game. So make sure that when you have these towers, don't have a bunch on one island. Sure, they will do a lot of damage to, let's say, Emrock. However, if you have a case such as Shechem, whatever, same thing, Snowdrop, just all these different dragons, having a bunch of one tower is never good. That applies to trebuchets, any other type of tower in this game. Now, what is strategically smart to work with these fire and ice turrets? So consider their super shots. Fire turrets. Super shot burns, which does a little bit of damage over time, but also increases all damage dealt to dragons. So, if it increases damage towards all dragons, what that means is that you want ice fire turrets to be near other high-level towers or dark flak turrets. The purpose is because these guys, a level 41 basically did 3/4, took away 3/4 of my health on my Nightshade. I'm going to do a video on them. It's actually insane how powerful these are, especially when you actually get them to hit. So put these fire turrets near ice and dark flak turrets, or just any type of building that does a lot of damage. That's, archer towers also do a lot of damage. I'm going to talk about that in my next video, but their super shot is Flaming Arrow, and it deals high damage. Almost like it actually does a really good amount of damage. So putting these near certain towers that do a lot of damage is actually a lot better than, let's say, putting them right next to a bunch of storm towers. Like that, there's not really point in doing that. Also, there's a lot of people think that the super shot of this is its normal attack. That fireball, if you'll notice, the fireball that it shoots is not a super shot. It's not like cannons that are, the flaming fireball or cannonball it is. Their normal attack is just the normal fireball. So, obviously, that fireball does an insane amount of damage. Let me look at the attack really quickly. 499,000 compared to 179k. Let me check really quickly with that. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so 283k attack against 499,000. Pretty overpowered. So, obviously, the only weakness is it takes a little bit to, get ready and then shoot. So, make sure that you level up your fire and ice turrets as much as possible. Especially having these two together actually creates a problem for most defenders. The reason why is because these ice turrets, sure, they do less damage, but if you consider that it does that continually over time, there's not really a quote-unquote break. I'm saying quote-unquote a lot, man. Like, I go from saying, so much, and then, like, now I'm going quote-unquote. I don't know. This does continual damage, while the fire turret does a little bit, it shoots very slow, but it does an insane amount of damage. So, putting these close together, or even on the same island, is very, very crucial, and can be very detrimental to most dragons, because they have to decide, especially, if they don't have a hunter, which can do 2, or sorcerer, against warriors, this can be very, very difficult to decide, do I take out the one that's going to do an insane amount of damage once it hits, but takes a little while, or do I take out the one that does continual damage forever, but maybe doesn't do as much damage, and it's kind of difficult to decide which one to take out first. Well, there's actually a good way to know which one. I'll do that in a different video, though. So, dark flak turrets. Now, these things just do so much damage. You'll notice attack power 739,000 for one attack. Okay, so 739,000. The health on this guy, sure, is 4.67 million. But that's normal. Once it uses super shot, increases damage. AKA almost one-shots almost every single dragon, and stuns dragon temporarily, which is basically a trebuchet that you can't reverse projectiles or use invert on, which is insane. But again, it has a very, very, very short radius. A lot of people are putting them right here. Personally, the best place to put it, if you really want it to shoot, is up front. And again, that's basically just because it's super short range. If you put it in the front, it actually has time to proc on a dragon. If you put it in the back, for me personally, if I'm using a hunter, which I normally am, I'm going to target this thing first, because it does so much damage. And for some reason, once it uses super shot, it shoots several times after really quickly. And that can, stun a dragon completely until it dies. So put these in the front of an island. Don't necessarily put them back here. The only reason why mine is back here is because the thing is that most of the time you can actually hide it. Now, what I mean by hide is, actually, I don't know why it's on that side. Look at the way these islands are actually set up. If you look very closely, the island where, this little chunk of land where the fire turret is actually a little bit higher than everything else. And what you can do is, if you want to be pretty strategic, and especially this hurts warriors, is that when you're attacking a base, with warriors especially, and even with hunters, when you try to hit this dark flak turret, you're actually hitting this fire turret. It's really difficult to see which one you're doing damage to. And especially on Android, there's something that makes it so you can't really tell. And since this is such higher, there's actually, you have to get a tight angle to actually hit it, right here. See, I'm actually clicking right now, the dark flak turret. But as you can see right here, I'm actually touching the fire turret. So it kind of messes up attackers. So if you want to be really strategic and you don't necessarily want to put it in the front, put it behind one of these towers in the back. In this island. It actually works really, really well. Because this island has multiple, it has a variety of, elevation, I guess you would say. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will have another one coming out probably later today. I'm not sure, when each video is going to be coming out. If it's going to be separate days. I don't know, honestly. I'm just pretty pumped to do this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, leave a like down below. If you want to see other videos like these, let me know, please, down in the comments below. Or even easier, send me an in-game mail, so I can actually, comment on it. So, yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching, guys.